welcome to my channel. I am Blue Lotus Vibes by Janita McLean. I wanted to come on here and show a quick tips and tricks and hacks that I do when I am printing my labels, because some people might be having trouble with doing their labels, and I'm going to show you what I learned because it took me a minute to do these labels. So what you're going to need is a printer, preferably a inkjet, but you can use laser with this paper. What I'm using, this is your HTV Ront. It is your printable vinyl stickers, and as it says on here, it's for inkjet as well as your laser printers. I'm going to also use my cutting machine, so you will need some type of cutter. You will need a black permanent marker for the hack I'm going to show you, your cutting mat, your cutter, and your printer. I will show you all of that step by step. So I am in Cricut Design Space. I have found the two labels that I want to use of my choice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, start with one at a time. I'm going to give this what is called an offset. As you can see right here, that's the offset. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to hit the word offset. You have to figure out exactly how far out you want your offset to be. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go in. I want it a little bit more straighter than that. Let's probably do like that. And let me see how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Okay, then that's pretty much okay how I want. Now what you can do is you can go in here and change what color outline you would like. Blue is my signature color, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go to advanced and I'm going to bring it up a notch. Just like that. I'm done. You're going to take and go just like this, creating a layer together. Once you do that, you will go over here to your side right. This first one right here, it says group. You will group them together. You further want to go down here and hit attach. And the reason why you want to do that, because as you go to the next page to get ready to make it, they will not be attached, and they will consider that as separate things that you want cut out. Okay, so now that I have done all that, I'm going to go ahead and correctly size this mug to how I want my size to be. I'm going to hit my unlock proportion, and I want this to be probably about 3 even, because I'm going according to the size of the box that I want it to go on. So that's going to be 3, and I'm going to say maybe about 5. 3 by, let's say 3 by 4. So I'm going to hit 3 by 4. And let me turn you so you can see as it change up. I hit enter, and you see it change up. So I'm probably going to do maybe 3 of those. I'm going to go over here, leave it. See how I have the square around it? You don't want to touch that. We're going to go back over here to our right side panel, and I'm going to hit the word duplicate. So we're going to go right there. I'm going to hit 1. I'm going to hit 2. And as you can see, I now have 3 of those. And they all 3 by 4. This next one I'm going to do, it's already at 2.5. I know I do not want that. So I'm going to go ahead and already take and open this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to do maybe about 4. 2 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to hit enter on that. We're going to close that back. I'm going to go back to the word offset. I'm going to see what kind of shape they give me. It's now at 0.069. I'm going to hit apply and see how big it is. I think that's pretty good for me. We're going to go back up here and change the color. And being that it's like green, I'm going to give it like a goldish yellow outline. So I'm good with that. Going to go in here and make my invisible box around it. Once you get like that, we're going to go over here at the top, hit the word group. I'm now going to go ahead and duplicate it 2 more times. So we hit the duplication, that's 1. And as you can see, as you hit it, it will come up on the screen. I'm going to hit it again. Okay. Now that I have everything together how I want it, we're going to get ready to set up our paper in the printer. Okay, here is our HTV Rump printable vinyl stickers. Like I said, it's for inkjet as well as laser printers. You have 2 different kinds that it comes in. Mine says glossy right here, but you also have a matte one. You can have a white one, or you can have a very clear sheer one, almost like you are doing like the tattoos or the water slide. But what I chose to have is the glossy side kind. So what you're going to do in your printer, you will put this in, and as you can see, this is glossy. You're going to stick it right down in your printer. Now that we have all of our images together, we're going to go to the word make. We're going to let it think. Okay, see what I said? I did not. I'm glad that this happened so I could show you. See how it did not group it? You want to come down here quickly. Come to cancel. You want to go back up here. And all you're going to do is just simply make your box. Go to the word attach. Hit attach. So I'm going to move the blue ones out the way because I know they are attached. We're going to go over here to this one. And all you will simply do is click on that one. Since that one is in the front of it, I'm going to do like that, and it will go away for a minute. I'm going to hit group on that one. I'm going to group that one. Once it's grouped, got to make sure it's grouped. Hit attach. And I'm going to go ahead and just duplicate one off of there. I can keep the other one off the screen. Make sure that one is attached as well. Now we can go back over here to make it. We're going to see how this is set up on the paper, because you want to make sure you set it up on your paper to the point it is easy for you to be able to have it cut properly on your cutting machine. Now my paper size is different. I have 8.5 by 11, so I will go in here, come down to where it says 8.5 by 11, hit that. It will readjust to the paper size that I have. You're going to scale this down. Right here, it's at 75, which does not show me completely the whole page. I'm going to downsize it. We're going to check and do like this and bring it down, because like I said, you want to have room to make sure that it can cut out properly. So the blade is going to go completely around here. You want to give it enough room to be able to go around here completely. Another thing, your red line, let me bring this back up so you can see it. This red line, do not put any of your images on the outside of this line, because not only does the machine have to scan this, but it will not be printed out correctly, and it will not be cut out properly if you go outside of that red line. I'm going to just move this up a little bit. Move that one over a little bit. We already know 8 by 5. 8.5 by 11 is what we're doing. We do not hit mirror at all, period. We go over here to the word continue. Hit continue. We're going to go ahead and say send to printer. Now, while it is thinking, it will bring up the printer I'm going to use. You're going to add bleed. You want that to stay like that is. I'm going to go to use system dialog. And what that does is that allows you to customize how your printer will set up and print your particular items that you are printing. Over here, let me bring you over so you can see. Over here, you will see my different printers. I'm going to go to the word preference. It will now bring up this page right here. Now, my main important thing that I have to worry about is this bottom right area right here, mirror image. It must be off. Must be off because we are not reversing imaging. We are not putting it on a shirt or any other item. So we want it to face forward. You're going to then hit OK. You're going to come up here and hit the word print, and it will print it off for you after it thinks. It says it's preparing. Now it's ready. Okay, we have our printed images. They have now came out of the printer. And what we're going to do in our next few steps, you will need a permanent marker, a cutting mat, and if you do not have a cutting mat that is really stickable, you're going to take some tape, 4 pieces, and what you're going to do is you're going to tape that down. But before you do all of that, I'm going to take you back to the printer and show you something. Okay, I brought you back to the computer because I wanted to show you something. You want to go back up here to edit. And you want to go ahead and bring this down so that you can see how your paper is set up. Because how your paper is set up on this Cricut mat is exactly how you want it to be set up on your Cricut mat so that it will go around and cut everything completely as you already have it. I'm going to hit done. Now I'm going to bring you back over here and show you the rest of my hacks that I do in order to get my stickers to cut out properly on my Cricut. Okay, we have our permanent magic marker. We have our Cricut mat. We have our images. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and tape this down on our mat. I'm going to go completely up here all the way in the corner, like I showed you on the screen. We're going to make sure it is lined up properly. I know that my mat does not stick properly, so I'm going to go ahead and administer my tape on here. I'm going to make sure I'm all the way up at the corner. Okay, just like that. I'm going to take one. You do not want to cover up the black markings, which is your scan mark. I'm going to take and go like that. I'm going to take the other one, go down here, go just like that. So we're going to do all 4 corners to make sure it is tacked down completely. Another hack. I have a little ink right here on this edge. Let me show you another thing I do. You want to take baby wipes. It does not matter what kind it is. I'm going to take one out. And just like that, the ink that's right here in the corner, you want to be careful you don't touch anything else. But that black mark I see right here, I'm going to completely take and wipe that off. And that's another hack. So if you get ink off of your ink printer, you just want to go in, wipe just that little piece. You don't have to wipe completely over the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and take my tape now. Go up in this corner, make sure I do not touch the tape against this. You're going to take your marker now. Take your time, and you're going to go in here just like this. And you're going to mark across that line. So all you're doing is imitating that line. You go just like this. We're going to do it for all 4 corners. Because your cutter, if it is the Cricut, needs to be able to see, to scan, in order to know where it is cutting and where it is not cutting. So just like that, I cut those. Now I'm going to show you my settings in my machine, and we will go from there. Okay, we already have it printed, so we're not going to print it again. We're going to go down here to set base material. What I do is I hit printable vinyl transplant. Now, if you would like for me to go deeper into this and show you all my cut settings and everything like that, just down in the comments, let me know, and I will definitely go further into that. But we're going to hit printable vinyl. As you can see, it allows you to, whether you want default pressure, more pressure, or less. I'm going to leave it at default because of how I already have my settings set up in here. Okay, our light is flashing, as you can see. So you will push that, which is your up arrow. You will push your C. I always like to hold mine, so my hand is down here holding. Now I'm going to show you another thing I do. Because you have that light scanning, I give it further light. So I use a flashlight because I want to make sure that it sees where my cut lines are. Because sometimes your little light that's on here, your scannable light, might be a little dirty or whatever have you. But I'm going to help it out. So what I use is I use my flashlight because I wanted to be able to see. As it is thinking and going over it, continuing to find your cut lines. And when you see it do that, it is letting you know it's ready for cutting. So as you can see, it is cutting around. And this is going to cut 3 times. I have mine set to cut 3 times. I'll be back when it's finished cutting. Okay, it has finished cutting. You see the flashing light. You want to hit this. It comes out. And now we're about to inspect our cuts to make sure that they have cut properly. Okay, so we're going to go in and examine our cut lines. So let me get a little bit more light going on over here for us. Okay, now, all you're going to do is take one piece. It could be a corner that you have your tape in. And by using this tape on here also, it helps you to peel away to get your labels. So by me setting up the cut lines that I have, we are able to go in here, take all of this off, and you are left with your sticker. Now, I'm not quite finished because by me putting the outline on here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And I only want to take one of my labels off. So I'm going to do this like this. I'm going to go in here like this. And it's going to allow me to take off that yellow line that I had on there. We're just going to put that to the side. I have a box right here. This is a glass that I have sublimated on. Y'all got to excuse the box. The boxes are old. So we're going to take that like that. Going to move that box right there. And I want to make sure that the person receiving this will know proper care instructions. So now you are left with the sticker. As you can see, I'm going to move my box right here. And I'm just going to simply take, just like this, put it on here, smooth it down. And now you have your label, your own personalized label that you have taken and you have cut out so that your customer, your client, will know how to properly care for their item. That is all that I have for y'all. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, these tricks and hacks that I use for my labels, that's one set of labels. Here go my other round labels. And here goes some more of my shipping labels. But if you have enjoyed this content, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. And until we see each other again, y'all know how I do. Y'all be safe in these streets.